So if you really want to do this whole singer-songwriter thing, you're really going to need people to know who the heck you are. What's up, guys? Today I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to gain exposure in the area that you are currently living in. So this means if you are from a small town and you are trying to get the word out about you as an artist, you as a singer, you as a songwriter, you as a musician, these tips and tricks are for you. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I post a new video. Okay, let's get on with the video. Without the support of the people in your hometown and the area surrounding where you are from, you really don't have a foundation to take your career to another level. So gaining the exposure, the fans, really the content that you need to boost your career to the next level in a town like Nashville, Los Angeles, New York, wherever it may be that you have set your sights on to go and one day really make a go for it in your career. You really need to start gaining attention and attracting the right people to see you in the area that you are currently in. The very first tip I have for you is pretty simple, and that is to get yourself on local radio. Now, no matter what town you live in, there is probably a local radio station either in your town or in one of the surrounding towns. And a lot of times they're very welcoming to having local talent come in and do an interview or perform for their studio audience or perform for their on-air audience. If you don't know how to find out if there is a radio station in your area, just Google it. Google the name of your town, local radio, and 9 times out of 10, something is gonna pop up. Now, what I suggest on how to contact these people at this radio station is, number one, search for the radio station programmer. A lot of times, these are the people who are gonna make the decisions about who the guests are, in studio, on air, that kind of stuff. So definitely look up who the radio programmer is, and if you can't find that, look up one of the local DJs. Shoot them a quick email, let them know you want to come into the studio for an on-air interview. Give them the option of doing an in-studio performance as well. A lot of times that's really key to getting in there because they want something with a really live feel. It also helps if you have something to promote, whether you have an upcoming show in the area or maybe you're releasing some new music in the area and you have that show to promote. It's always going to help you if you have something very specific in the area to promote at the time, rather than just, hey, I want to come on and play you my songs. Definitely try to time it if you know you have something coming up to reach out to these people beforehand, maybe a couple weeks before, you know, your local performance in the area. It's always really a great option to try to get on those local radio stations, and they're a lot easier than you think to get a spot on there. The next piece of advice I have for you is really similar to the local radio station, and that is to get on local television. 9 times out of 10, your town or a surrounding town will have a public access television network. And a lot of times they have little talk shows where they will bring people on from the town or local celebrities, if you will, and they will interview them about things they have going on. Again, I recommend reaching out to the program director or maybe the host of the television show. If you have a connection to anybody who knows one of these people, it's always key to get recommended by someone who has that kind of connection for you and can make that introduction. Let them know what you have going on. Maybe submit a bio, a photo, an MP3, maybe a video clip, anything you can think of to really help clinch that opportunity for you. And like I said with the radio thing, if you have a local performance, anything like that going on where you're launching something, it's always best to try to get that kind of media attention, television or radio, around the time of one of those events, because it gives the station something to say, we need to have that person on now because their show is this coming weekend and we can attract an audience for that. Side tip on both of those, if you do get on local radio or you do get on local television, bring someone with you for a photo op. It's always going to look really awesome for you if you have a picture of yourself on a television set, in front of the radio mic, anything that you can use for social media content. No one has to know it was a little tiny local radio station or a little, you know, television show. Make it look really cool. I had a great time visiting WWW, whatever the name of the radio station is, this last weekend. Can't wait to be on again. Tag the radio station or, you know, share the picture. Number one, that's gonna make you look really awesome, like you're doing all of this media and all of these really cool things to promote what you have going on. It's also gonna give back to the television station and the radio station to thank them for the opportunity to have you on. The next tip I have for you is something that a lot of people don't really think about, and that is singing the national anthem at local sporting events. The reason I recommend this is because if you get the opportunity to sing the anthem, it's going to put your voice, your face, and your name in a position that you otherwise wouldn't have been. A lot of times, local sporting events play at very large-sized arenas, whether it is a local baseball team or hockey team or something like that. Once you've done that, you can use that as leverage to try to get into a larger, bigger performance venue like, Fenway Park if you're from Boston and you want to sing for the Red Sox. So those things are really good to have on your resume if you want to eventually get in that position to play for that kind of audience. It's going to help to grow your overall exposure in your town if you are singing at these sporting events. High school sporting events, college sporting events, they're all going to put you in front of an audience that you otherwise wouldn't have been in front of. Now, if you have trouble singing the national anthem, which I know many vocalists do, I encourage you to learn God Bless America also, because a lot of times they will welcome God Bless America as an addition to the anthem. So that's just one other opportunity that you'll have to put yourself in that position to sing for those events, and you can always offer up both. Side note to that, also learn the Canadian national anthem, O Canada, because at a lot of hockey games, they will be playing Canadian teams and some baseball games as well. And a lot of times they want both anthems sung. I have done that on many occasions. So definitely learn O Canada and get all of those things on your resume, in your repertoire, so when you pitch yourself to these sporting events, you can let them know, hey, I know A, B, and C, whatever you need, I'm available. The last tip I have for you guys is to try to get your music for sale in a local shop. Now, this means if there is some sort of local store near you, maybe you have a relationship with somebody that works there, or you know somebody who does work there, reach out to the owner or whoever makes the decisions that can help you. Let them know you would love to have your CD for sale, or maybe a t-shirt for sale, something that you sell on your merchandise table for sale in their store. A lot of times you can entice them to do this for you by offering a percentage of the sale back to the store. So maybe it's 50 cents off of every CD they sell, or $1.50 off of every t-shirt they sell, something like that. Anything to kind of give them a little bit of an enticement to want to agree to let your music or your items be sold in their shop. Also, you can offer to give back a percentage of the sale to a local charity. Partnering with a local charity is always a really great idea. Number one, because it gives back to the community. And number two, because local store owners often support local charities, and it will entice them even more to know that you're also involved. A quick side note I also have for this is to make sure you bring your own display case if they agree to let you sell your product in their store. Number one, because it's going to take a little bit of a weight off of them trying to figure out how they're going to display it, where they're going to put it. If you have a little cardboard bin or something that you can display your CDs in, or maybe you have like a little shelf or rack or something like that where you can just put your items for sale. Maybe they can keep it on the counter, anywhere where people are gonna walk into the store and see your face. No matter where it is, no matter what it is, it's going to be good for you, it's gonna benefit you, which in turn is gonna grow your exposure. Those are the tips and tricks I have for you today on growing the exposure of yourself in your hometown area. I really hope they helped you. And if they did, please give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you have any other ideas on how growing the exposure in your area has worked for you, I encourage you to leave those comments in the comment section below, because helping each other is what it's all about. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.